always knew I wanted to work with children and families, and after I was here, I was advised by Dr. Gibbings to join the school psychology track, which is fantastic, and my classes in that and with Mary Rourke were very formative.
So Andrea approached me really interested in the topic of early childhood development and early parent-child interactions, and she had come across some research being done at CHOP by a research team at CHOP and Drexel, and they were studying the kinds of issues that come up for parents when they have a critically ill newborn. And this really piqued Andrea's interest because she's really very interested in what are the earliest things that help babies and parents connect, and how do those things then foster adaptive development down the line. And she saw this as a great opportunity to jump in and study sort of the very early normative things that parents can do to bond with their children and how sometimes medical issues interfere with those.
The findings were very interesting. We looked at two different main pieces of the information, and one was, what do the staff who work in NICUs perceive as the biggest needs? And that was very interesting. We had broad agreement across a bunch of variables that we looked at, and some significant differences. So we looked at variables including profession of the reporter, whether or not the hospital was university affiliated, level of NICU, and we were able to see a lot of agreement and also some differences that we're going to look further into. The other thing that we looked at were, what are the services that are in place in hospitals, in actual practice, and that was interesting too. And we found some differences along our variables as well. And then we were able to look at the concordance between the needs that were identified and the services available. How well did the services meet the needs? And as expected, we didn't find that the services have quite yet met the level of need.
This dissertation really gave her the opportunity to explore research, particularly applied research, and to understand how it can be helpful. Turns out she's quite good at it, and she's particularly good at that translational piece, understanding how practice needs to inform the research question, and then once the research question gets answered, how do you translate it back to the practice field? CHOP has given her that opportunity, and I'm delighted that she wants to pursue that professionally.
So I've always wanted, as I said, to work with children and families, and I've been really lucky to have a set of experiences at Widener that has not only given me the academic knowledge, but also a set of experiences. I had my first internship at the Partnership Charter School, so I was able to really see kids and families in the school context, and then this year at the Widener Child Therapy Clinic, I've been able to see children and families in individual and family therapy in a really meaningful way and collaborate with schools and doctors. And this is the work that I want to do in the future. So I feel really lucky that I've been able to have such a broad and deep set of experiences here.